And I have to say, when you got this script and read, I'm going to be playing a character named Gay Perry, first reaction?
My work here is done. Anyone with a nickname like that who's still confident, it's easy.
How much fun did you have making this movie? Because boy, did it look like it.
I blew takes every single day for 35 days.
Tell me about working on this set.
It just, it was just a ball. It was a lot of hard work because we didn't have a lot of time. But really well-written characters, and working out the rhythms with Shane Black, who wrote it and also directed it, and Robert Downey Jr. was just fun every day. It was just a pleasure. And Shane's very well prepared. He was very calm and had a ready answer for virtually any question I asked him. He thought through everything. So being well prepared is the key to movie making, and it was great.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about Shane, because here's a guy who has given us some fantastic scripts. Then he writes this fantastic script. I mean, the writing in this was just dead on. And then he takes the challenge of, okay, you know what, I'm going to finally direct one of my scripts. And then he gets a cast with you amazing people. I mean, was he ever overwhelmed? Did it seem like that to you, or was he had it under control?
I wondered because he was so quiet. I just thought, well, maybe he's completely terrified. But it's not. He was just confident, and he's a soft-spoken man when he's working, and the crew really respects him. Writers have, for some reason, just strangely, the bottom of the barrel on a movie set. They're discarded almost immediately, and it's very strange since we don't have anything without them. But it's a kind of an odd Hollywood tradition to not respect the writer. So I think it might be part of his quiet style, even though he was very successful early on in his career. Just a lot of admiration for him.
I was just telling him, good on him for hiring you for a comedic role. Thank God! What has it been, 20 years?
A long time, long enough, I know. And I've been looking for quite a while, so hopefully I'll work again in L.A.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding? If people don't see you and give you more comedy roles, I mean, what was it like for you to get back there and do this comedy?
It was just great. Started just laughing with Robert right away, and he's very, very creative, so he always had lots of ideas for my character as well, and it was great talking through things. I liked almost everything he suggested too, and if Shane didn't, we trusted him immediately. So if we had a little routine worked out and he didn't like it, we'd just dump it and move on. It was not a time to debate or have pride about stuff. And the rhythms I think are really spontaneous, and I like watching. I think I've seen it 5 times. I still like it.
Yeah, no, it is a really, really clever script. Is life like that really in LA? Really like that?
Well, parts. I mean, I think Michelle Monaghan's character is very accurate. She's a girl who's got a great spirit, a great ready laugh, but kind of is getting to the point where she pretty much knows it's not going to work out and doesn't quite yet want to face it. And Robert Downey Jr.'s character is just coming out with a complete wide-eyed hope that maybe he'll get a movie and it'll work out, even though it's absurd circumstance. And my character's seen it all already, and slowly comes to have a glimmer of hope that maybe sometimes things can work out in Los Angeles. I mean, our story personally in relation to this film is certainly true, because it's not a movie that would get made. In fact, Robert's new wife, they were engaged at the time, she's one of our producers, and we met at a party I threw at my house in the Hollywood Hills for Jim Sheridan, but the film starts in the Hollywood Hills at a party where they're just meeting, so it was quite strange to read those first couple of scenes. And Joe Silver and I have known each other for years, so it was a really nice group.
Yeah, really good team on this. Now, you had never worked with Robert before, had you?
No.
Okay, so when you first got on set with the guy, because you guys your chemistry was so dead on. It really was fantastic. I can't imagine 2 other actors playing this role, honest to God.
Yeah, that's how I feel about when I think of Robert, and it's as if Shane wrote it for him, because he gets to be charming and romantic and self-deprecating, and he comes up with the goods in a strange way. It sort of Robert's certainly not a bumbly character or a fumbler. He's got fantastic timing, and now he's an athlete, and he's always had a lot of energy.
Yeah, for other reasons, but
you know, his spirit is just perfectly suited to it, and his wit and charm are really in full force here. So.
And I think we see a budding star in Michelle Monaghan.
Fantastic, yeah.
Wow. I mean, what impressed you about her?
Everything. See, there's a lot of tricks that just come with experience and with the camera and movement and acting that are particular to film. And I think she'd just barely done one movie 2 days before this one, and she's just really remarkable. She got that thing. You love watching her, and she's also very courageous. She's, you know, messy in scenes and doesn't care. And I'm sure she'll become, you know, jaded and uptight. Start dressing like Jay-Z.
All you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's just the way. It just comes with the territory, I think, right? You know, it's always fun seeing you on the screen and, you know, everything that you do, and you like to mix it up. But you're doing a lot of theater. You did the Moses thing, and then you just came back from London doing Postman. I mean, what was that like?
It was very intense. Fantastic cast. And wonderful director, and it was in the West End, and we got extended twice, and it was quite a challenge, but it was very satisfying.
What is, you know, the theater? I mean, is that somewhere that you want to turn to, you think? Because that must give you such a satisfaction.
I started in the theater.
Yeah.
It's been too long since going back. It's wonderful because it's so immediate. We did this a year ago. I took us till the Cannes Film Festival to find out if we were funny, and at least we're funny in France. No, it went very well.
You'll be funny here in Canada, too.
We went very well last night, I must say.
Yeah. Well, we have great audiences here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no question. Good film fans, that's for sure. What when you get a script, is there something now that particularly, can you be choosy? Is there something that you really want to look for?
I've always been choosy, sometimes too much so, according to my agents, but I've always tried to do different things, and now I kind of want to develop maybe a kind of series for a while. Like, I'd love to do 3 comedies in a row and sort of cement that side of business. And I've never really done a romantic comedy or just a straight romance one, but I'd like to do some love stories. There's a lot of actresses I'd like to work with.
Like who?
Kate Blanchett, I love. Angelina Jolie and I worked together last year, and we've been looking for something.
That was a weird relationship on screen, you know.
Yeah,
Couldn't really go
fun
anywhere.
though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'd love to work with Kate Bosworth again. She was great. I'd love to do something with Michelle.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. Natalie Portman, I'd like to see you two together. That would be fun.
Yeah, she's in Heat, but she plays Al's stepdaughter or daughter.
Yeah, she's fantastic. What do you have coming up next? Because I know there's a bunch of things coming. Right? Is there anything that you're working on right now? Or
no, I haven't decided what I'm going to do next. I'm going to see. I'll let this come out and see.
Yeah, so you're just taking a break right now and taking it easy?
I've had 6 hours off since I wrapped the play.
Well, I just find that amazing.
Film Festival, and then we came and did press in London for this, and then flew here.
You've done so many memorable roles, and one I'm going to go back to is The Doors, because I have a 13-year-old son who is now obsessed with classic rock and plays a lot of Jim Morrison in The Doors.
Nice.
And he watched the film not too long ago, and when I told him I was going to talk to you, he was like, "Oh my God, you got to talk to him about Jim Morrison." And I went, "Ethan, you know, this movie was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago already.
But do you still get recognized and stuff for that? Because it was such a memorable role."
Yeah, I'm happy to say it's happened with a number of movies. This is strange. One of these first 2 comedies I did, how often people mention those. Because it's 20 years already. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's nice that they've kept alive in all these new formats.
Well, especially DVD. Yeah, fantastic. Well, I can't wait to see this on DVD. I'm sure there's probably a lot of outtakes. Was there a lot of ad-libbing done between you and Downey, or was it pretty well scripted?
Pretty well scripted, and there's certainly bridges and sometimes a little middle part or beginning setup we'd add too. But pretty much it was there on paper.
Well, you know what? You did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Please do more comedy. I'm telling you, you rocked.
I'm longing to.
You rocked. You really were fantastic.
Thank
Lovely
you.
talking to you. Thanks, Val.
Okay.